Hello, I am Randall McDonald and my co-anchor Alec, Newscaster. We will be giving you the best report on the recent earthquake in China.
At 8:02 a.m. April 20th, Sichuan, China experienced a massive earthquake.
The earthquake resulted as a release of tension between two tectonic plates, the Indian and Eurasian plates.
So far it is known 124 people have been killed and over 3,000 people were injured. The epicenter was 30.3 degrees north and 103 degrees east.
The earthquake is rated a 7.0 on the Richter scale. This can cause major damage to a larger area.
Now we're going to throw it to our meteorologist, Brick Manea, who will tell you about the weather.
Thank you, Alec and Randall. Sichuan's earthquake has caused much destruction throughout the past few days, and the weather is not helping. This month in Sichuan, it has been raining very heavily for a few weeks now, piling up inches and inches of rain. In fact, according to our rain counter, this month we're up to about 20.5 inches. All of this rain is causing things that we call mudslides, which is not good. All of this weather is causing rescue teams to struggle and have a messy time picking up and making all people safe from this big destruction. Let's take a look at the forecast for the days to come. It's looking like this week it's actually going to clear up from all this rain. It's going to be sunny most of the week, a few clouds kicking in at the end of the week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are looking like they're going to be low to mid-60s, and Monday is actually the high of the week with 65 degrees. Thursday it looks like it's going to cool off a little bit, low 50s, around 53 degrees. The good news is all of this rain looks like it's coming to an end this upcoming week, so it looks like as long as people can try to help themselves and each other become safe for the time being, we should have an okay recovery. We'll now take a closer look with details on the earthquake with an interview with our geologist. Now we'll flip it over to Champ Kind for the interview.
Thank you, Brick. Hello, I'm Champ Kind, and I'm with Sydney the geologist. She studies the composition of the Earth and the movement of tectonic plates. We have been hearing about the recent earthquakes in China. Sydney, can you tell our viewers how an earthquake happens?
Earthquakes happen when tectonic plates rub against each other.
Where do they happen?
Earthquakes can happen on the edge of tectonic plates, which are convergent boundaries and transform boundaries.
What is the difference between the boundaries?
A convergent boundary is when two plates crash into each other and one plate goes under another plate. A transform boundary is when two plates move in opposite direction, which forms a fault, and the energy released from the fault creates an earthquake.
Where did this certain earthquake happen exactly?
Where the Eurasian plate and Indian plate touch.
How do you measure an earthquake?
We measure earthquakes on an instrument called a seismograph, which records on a seismogram. This reading shows seismic waves which show the size of an earthquake.
How big were the earthquakes that hit China, per se?
They were a 7 on the Richter scale, which is a pretty big earthquake.
What scale did you use?
The seismogram uses a Richter scale, which is a scale ranging from 1 to 10, for indicating the intensity of an earthquake, as 1 being the littlest and 10 being the biggest.
Leaping lizards, 10 the biggest. Well, now, here is Brian Fantana with a historian in an interview.
Hello, I am Brian Fantana, your reporter, and I am here to have an interview with our guest, the historian. She is going to tell us a little about earthquakes. Thanks for coming.
Well, thanks for interviewing me. I hope I can give you a gist on a few of China's earthquakes.
Can you tell us which were the largest earthquakes in China?
Well, there was one that happened in May 2008, the Sichuan quake. However, the magnitude went up to 7.9, according to seismograms, making it one of the devastating earthquakes in China.
Do you know what happened to cause this reaction?
The transition zone was overlapping each other, so the tectonic plates, also known as the Tibetan Plateau and the Sichuan Basin, were shifted around. This area was already prone to earthquakes due to the one that happened during the Song Dynasty.
Are you able to explain to us the difference between the two earthquakes?
Sure. The earthquakes that happened during the Song Dynasty must have been a big panic to citizens in China. The people had no scientific knowledge on earthquakes, so this most likely took them by surprise. Although thousands of people died, this environment was slightly safer than before. There was another earthquake that occurred in 2013, last week. However, it was never as large as the 12th century in the Song Dynasty or in 2008.
Okay, well that's good to hear. Thanks again. Now we're going to go to the Song Dynasty. Our reporter in Ethan, Berlin, has traveled back in time and is there to interview a Chinese farmer.
Thank you, Brian. Hi, I'm Ethan Berlin, here in China just after an earthquake in the Song Dynasty. I'm here with local villager Hong Ching Wing. Hong Ching, how do you feel about this quake?
Terrible. So many have died. My family is in danger.
I can tell. If you take a look at where we are, you can see houses destroyed in fire along with a huge crack right in the earth where the earthquake happened.
Yes, it is horrible. There are also many who have died in this accident. The families must be devastated, and along with the destruction, people are going crazy because they don't know whether or not their friends and relatives have been injured. They are lost, just like my brother, Wang.
Has anyone you know been injured in the event?
I don't know, but my brother Wang is still lost in the rubble. I'm afraid we might not find him.
What do you think caused this horrible accident?
It is all the Emperor's fault. He has lost the mandate of heaven, and we are being punished.
And what exactly is the mandate of heaven?
The mandate of heaven is a blessing of the Emperor, making it clear he is worthy to be Emperor.
How much longer will this go on for?
The Emperor must be removed, and a new one who has the mandate of heaven will become the new Emperor and stop this.
How are you and the people of the village going to deal with this?
There will be a peasant rebellion. He can no longer be Emperor.
Tell me more about how you are going to start this rebellion.
We are planning to mob his castle and do everything we can to get the Emperor out of power.
Well, I hope it works because what's going on right now is just horrible.
Until a worthy Emperor is in power, one who has the mandate of heaven, one who will not cause us anymore.
Well, I wish you and the rest of your country the best of luck, and thank you for your time, Hong Ching.
Okay, no problem.
Now here's Andrea on our report and the official.
Thank you, Ethan. Hello, I'm Andrea, and I'm here with Lee, a government official in the Song Dynasty. She was here during the earthquake, and we want to hear what she has to say.
Hello, yes, I was working in my office on some work, and the building started shaking like crazy. I was so scared I had no idea what to do. I just rushed to a safe place to protect myself.
That must have been a very scary moment. How are you reacting to the situation?
I'm very worried for my family. We aren't the wealthiest family, and we had a lot of property destroyed in the tragic event.
Oh, that's a shame. So you're in the same situation as many other citizens?
Yes, I am.
So you have such an amazing job. How did you get it when you come from such a poor family?
As you know, we are a meritocracy, and you have to pass the civil service exams to become a government official. I had to work so hard for this, so many nights with no sleep just studying for those exams. It required a lot of motivation, but I did it.
That's great. I've heard of a lot of tension between the citizens and the emperor, and you are on both sides. So what side are you on?
I'm loyal to both. My family is my family and I love them, but I won't throw everything away with the emperor just for them. I've spent all my life working for this. It's my dream job.
So, are you totally going to support the emperor through this whole process?
My plan is to stay true to him and help him through this time because I'm his employee.
That's a good plan. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure interviewing. Now here's Ruthie with the emperor.
Thank you, Andrea. This is an exclusive video with the emperor himself. He is going to tell us about the effects of the earthquakes on him and his dynasty. We are currently in front of his pagoda where he lives. It is an honor to be in your presence.
Oh, it is nothing.
How are you personally doing? Do you know of anything ruined or somebody hurt?
I'm doing okay. I'm just a little bit nervous and anxious right now. I don't really know anything that affects me directly that happened, but I know that a temple fell down and a bunch of houses too.
What is your response to the earthquake?
I am really afraid for my citizens what's going to happen, but I'm also concerned about myself if they want to overthrow me because of the mandate of heaven.
What is the mandate of heaven?
The mandate of heaven is the God-given permission for someone to be emperor.
What does that have to do with the earthquake?
You see, when a natural disaster happens, it means that God took his permission away.
Do you ever worry about being overthrown?
I have faith in my citizens that they wouldn't do that to me, but you never know.
Are you preparing for a peasant rebellion?
I do have an army prepared, and I hope that they'll be able to protect me and my castle.
Are you positive your armies won't turn against you too?
I chose them so they wouldn't do that, but anything could happen.
Are you worried about your future in the Song Dynasty?
Of course I'm worried. They could overthrow me, but I'm even more worried who the next emperor would be and how they would run the dynasty.
Thank you for your time and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Best wishes and good luck to you, Emperor. Back to Alec and Randall.
Thank you, reporter Ruthie, for your interview from the 12th century. Now we are back at the Channel 4 News Desk in 2013.
We hope you've enjoyed our special time-traveling newscast. We're the only news station that does that. Thanks for stopping by.
You stay classy, planet Earth.